if I were to compare my PC performance for my laptop that I have to like that desktop at both their 5 years marks, I do have to say that laptop would outperform it, and that's taking consideration of all the more demanding stuff we need for technology. Oh, by the way, this is my phone charger. Hold on, I'm gonna pause this. How do I do this? Okay. Yeah. Okay, good. It's paused. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna switch to a longer cable because that's just painful. But anyway, as I was saying, if I were to compare my computer to about the computers to the 5 year marks in the PC journey, I do have to say, I'll just do this. What's neat about having multiple chargers is that you can take parts off them and make um, chargers long. Just like the Venue 11 Pro and my iPad chargers, I can make them super long and plug my phone up and have a super long phone charger. But anyway, as I was saying, if I were to compare that performance, I would have to say, even though this is a laptop that I have, it would still outperform that desktop. And taking also into consideration all the more demanding stuff we want a PC to do now, because, oh, credit, why isn't this charging? About the build, because that laptop I have, it has an i3. It was like $600 when I bought it 5 years ago. I've done a $55 um, upgrade on the SSD. So I've put in probably about actually that laptop was about $590. So I put in about $640 into that um, laptop, and like it's held up for the most part, and like it's really lasting. In fact, it for everyday tasks I haven't had to do many upgrades. Now that desktop, if I were to add used it 5 years ago, I probably would have had to do more upgrades on it. In fact, about 2 years ago, I did do RAM upgrade on it. But anyway, the only reason why I put an SSD in this laptop is because SSDs are so much faster. Considering this Dell Venue 11 Pro has an M-SATA one, I think it's just the original one, not the M.2 one. But anyway, and it's tied directly to the CPU. It's super fast. So I just went and bought a regular 2.5 June is gonna outperform anything that I've had or even mess around with that's been high end in my family, because that Dell desktop, I remember when it was new. Actually, I don't know why I'm pointing back there. I think I'm pointing back there because I'm used to it being like in the living room when I used to have it. Because even though I had it in my bedroom, um, I really didn't use it in the office anyway because I liked to mess around with older versions of Windows back then. But anyway, same. Honestly think it's gonna outperform it because I've used high end stuff. I used that Dell desktop back in '05, even though I was only like in first or second grade. It was really high end. It did a lot of stuff. I've used high end laptops that family members have had before, and the reason why I don't consider it low grade is because if it was low grade, it would have had like a Celeron processor and or maybe like an Atom. I've never owned a PC with a Celeron or an Atom processor. Now, the reason why I'm not including a Pentium, because Pentiums used to be the high-end processors, and that that Dell desktop was a high-end one. It had a Pentium for. I had the Windows ME PC that I had a series of processors lasted for like a while. I forget how old they were before they stopped discontinuing them, but they were an awesome processor. So like, I honestly think it's will a high-end processor, and they still are today, even though they or only a dual core processor now. I still think they're decent processors because you can use them on the current platforms and then go up to like an i series. So I'm not considering anything like an i3 a low PC. Probably get yeah.